Hi students, welcome back to Study Smart channel. Today we are going to talk about food. Who don't like a plate of delicious mouth-watering food, am I right? But as much as we love to eat tasty foods, it's important for us to have some basic knowledge on how the foods we consume help us in our daily life. So, let's start our lesson now. Alright, first of all, let's look into the classes of food. Do you know there is total 7 classes of food? Yes, there is carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamins, fiber, mineral, and most important is water. Alright students, let's look into each classes of food in detail. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the fuel that give our body energy to do all the things we love. They are one of the three main types of nutrients that our body needs to function properly besides protein and fat. Our body needs carbohydrates to provide energy for everyday activities like running, playing, and even thinking. Some examples of carbohydrate-rich foods are bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, and fruits like bananas and apples, and even cookies. Do you know that sugary treats like cookies are the fast supply of energy? That's the main reason after you eat something sweet, you tend to feel too energetic. So the next time you are running, playing sports, or even studying hard, just remember that carbohydrates are your body's fuel. Just like a race car needs fuel to race ahead, carbohydrates help to power you up with the energy and excitement. People always have a misconception that fats are bad. Even the picture I'm showing here is portraying fat in a negative way. If you eat food containing fat, you too will become fat. But is it entirely true? If fat is really that bad, why we even need to consume it in the first place? This is because fat is not entirely bad for our health. Let me share a fun fact. Do you know that fat can provide double the amount of energy that we obtain from carbohydrate? Yes, that's true. Not only that, fats can also act like a cushion for our critical organs like kidney or liver. Without fat covering them, your organs will face severe damage if you fall down or get hurt. Also, fats are like the reserve fuel in a car and provide insulation to keep us warm. They are concentrated source of energy that our body can use when needed. However, not all fats are good. High intake of saturated and trans fat has been associated with increased risk of heart disease and also other health problems. So be smart and include a moderate intake of healthy fats in your diet, such as those found in nuts, seeds, avocado, and also other important fats. But it is also important to limit the consumption of foods that is high in unhealthy fats like fried and processed foods as a part of healthy lifestyle. Alright, now let's look at the third classes of food, which is protein. Protein are essential for the growth, repair and maintenance of tissues in the body. They contribute to the development and function of muscles, organs and also the immune system while playing a vital role in repairing and damage and also replace dead cell. Foods that are rich in protein include meat, fish, dairy products, nuts and seeds. When you eat these foods, you will quickly experience your stomach getting full. So, protein-rich food can support weight management. So, if you want to stay healthy, make sure you include protein in your daily diet. Okay, students, before continuing further, let's look at the smart question of the day. Among carbohydrate, protein, and also fat, which class of the food is the most calorie-dense nutrient in our diet? Think about it and I will let you know the answer at the end of the video. Alright students, let's study about vitamins. But before we go deep into vitamins, let me tell you a story about an owl named Victoria. We're going to see a whole day of Victoria's life. So, one fine morning, Victoria woke up and decided to indulge in a luxurious bath. While taking bath, Victoria started to feel very hungry. She went to a kitchen and decided to prepare a golden omelette and a glass of creamy milk. While a breakfast is being cooked, Victoria glanced at a calendar and she was shocked to find an appointment to dentist in the morning. Oh my god, the dentist! Victoria never liked a visit to the dentist. She felt nervous as usual. However, determined to face her fears, she wore a lucky red shawl and went to the clinic. The skilled dentist examined her teeth with utmost care, gently checking the health of her gums and mouth. To her surprise, the experience was not as scary as she had imagined. The dentist, impressed by Victoria's bravery, presented her with a shiny red apple and advised her to consume more fruits and vegetables. Feeling happy, Victoria stepped outside the clinic, but she felt the intense radiance of the hot sun. She thought to herself, I've already got my teeth checked, and now is the time for me to take care of my skin health. So she immediately applied a generous layer of sunblock on her arms and also legs. Feeling protected, Victoria embarked on a vibrant journey to the nearby grocery store. There, she filled a basket with tasty fruits and also vegetables. With her little ones eagerly waiting for a return, Victoria stopped by the childcare center to fetch her kids and they went back home together. Back to home, Victoria saw a untouched morning breakfast. She transformed the breakfast into a simple dinner and consumed it. Before going to bed, she looks at mirror and she found her teeth, which was once a source of worry, now aligned perfectly, and even her blood clots from the dentist visit earlier have been completely healed. She was very grateful for the day and she went to sleep peacefully. Alright students, the story about Victoria already finished. I hope you enjoyed the story. Now, coming back to our topic, why I even tell the story to you guys? How the story is related to our study about vitamins. This is because the story is actually related to each of the vitamins, its functions, and also example of foods that we can get the vitamin from. Okay, let's do some story breakdown. Initially, I told you guys that the heroine of our story is an owl named Victoria. And one fine day, Victoria woke up and she decided to take bath. And then after that, she felt hungry and then she made some omelettes and also a glass of milk. This is all related to vitamin A. Why is it an owl? Because owls are actually they have a great night vision, right? So vitamin A can actually give us a better night vision. And the part where the owl taking bath is symbolizing maintaining good skin health. And the milk and omelette representing the example of foods that are rich in vitamin A that helps in providing better night vision and also skin health. Now, let's look at vitamin B. Here, Victoria glanced at a calendar and she discovered an upcoming visit to the dentist. But she felt nervous and she decided to wear a red shawl and continue a trip to the dentist. So let's see how this story is related to vitamin B functions. The moment Victoria got nervous is a metaphor for the nervous system and a red shawl referring to the red blood cell. So, in conclusion, vitamin B helps in maintaining the function of nervous system and also the formation of red blood cell. Alright, here comes our dentist. The dentist checked Victoria's teeth and asked her to consume more fruits and vegetables, right? What this implies? Vitamin C, just like the dentist, can help in maintaining the health of gums and also mouth. And the dentist, who is also generally considered as a doctor, representing the ability of vitamin C in fighting disease. The apple that the dentist gave to Victoria is one of the example of fruit that is high in vitamin C. So now we understand the function of vitamin A, which is to maintain the skin health and also give a better night vision And the example of food that can actually help in giving vitamin A is milk and also egg yolk. As for vitamin D, it will help in the nervous system and also for the formation of red blood cell. And here comes vitamin C. It helps in maintaining the health of gums and also mouth. And one of the example of food that is high in vitamin C is red apple. Alright, here comes vitamin D. So in this story, Victoria actually she stepped out of the clinic and then she felt intense radiation from the sunlight. And she thought to herself, she already got a teeth check and now is the time for her to take care of her skin health. That's why she actually applied the sunblock on her arms and also legs. So what this story telling us about vitamin D? Okay, first of all, okay, when she exposed to the sun, it's actually telling that we can obtain vitamin D from the sunlight. And secondly, when she thought that she already got a teeth check, it actually implies that vitamin D can actually help to strengthen the tooth enamel. And when she want to apply the sunblock for her skin, this is telling that vitamin D can help in maintaining our skin health. After applying the sunblock, Victoria actually went for grocery shopping to get some fruits and vegetables. And then she went to the childcare center to fetch her kids and then they went back home together. So what this story is telling about vitamin E? Okay, first of all, the fruits and vegetables is actually telling that we can obtain vitamin E from the fruits and also vegetables. Regarding the child care center and also the kids of Victoria, this is actually telling the vitamin E function, which is it will strengthen the reproductive system. Finally, Victoria went to home and she saw a morning breakfast, which is the milk and also the omelette, is left untouched. And then before go to bed, she actually looked into the mirror and then she felt like her teeth is aligned perfectly and the blood clot from the dentist visit earlier have been completely healed. Okay, what does it tell about vitamin K? Vitamin K, we can obtain vitamin K from the food such as milk and also omelette. And the blood clot that Victoria saw in the mirror is actually telling that one of the function of vitamin K is to promote blood clot. Alright students, in conclusion, vitamin D we can get it from the sunlight. It will help in the strengthening the tooth enamel and also maintain our skin health. As for vitamin E, we can get it from the fruits and also vegetables and the function is to strengthen the reproductive system. And finally, vitamin K, we can get it from the milk and also the egg yolk and the function is to promote blood clotting. So I hope you already remember all the vitamins and also its functions and the example of food that we can get the vitamins from. Alright student, now is the time for another story. But this story is no more about Victoria. This is a story about a village known as Bone Village. Yes, the name of the village is called Bone. But do not worry, the people at Bone Village are quite friendly and also happy-go-lucky. So let me introduce some of the people working at Bone Village. Okay, first of all we have our Iron Lady. She is also known as Mighty Energizer by the villagers of Bone Village. She actually owns a factory known as Hemoglobin, in which every morning she will produce lot of red blood cells in her factory. And then in the evening she will use the red blood cells to transport oxygens to the villagers at the Bone Village. Because of oxygen that is being supplied to the villagers will feel very energetic and also they are able to conduct their daily routines. That is the main reason she is called the Iron Lady of the Bone Village. Here comes Iodine. Iodine is famous orchestra conductor at Bone Village. He became popular for his most liked song called Thyroid. There is a rumor going on that whenever Iodine starts to conduct Thyroid song, all the villagers will automatically start to move around and become energetic. Some people says that his song made them to feel calm and they even experience a strange feeling of decrease in their body temperature despite the hot weather outside. In conclusion, thyroid produced by iodine helps to regulate the metabolism of bone villagers. Next in the line is Phosphorus. Phosphorus is dearly known by the bone villagers as Pospo the Builder. He is our craftsman. His main job is to strengthen the bone fence. Normally, phosphorus will be helped by Mr. Calcium, but we will look into Mr. Calcium in a while. Here comes the most lovable person in the bone village, Potassium. Potassium is a handsome, kind, and happy-go-lucky teenager at Bone Village. Because of his friendly personality, the villagers love to see Potassium around them. Last but not least, we have Mr. Calcium in the line. He is the most respectable person of the Bone Village because he defends the whole village from any attacks from the outside. As a security guard, he helps Phosphorus to protect and defend the bone fence of the village. Okay, students, now let's look at Phosphorus. So, as I mentioned earlier, Phosphorus is an builder, right? So, as a builder, what is supposed to build? Okay, his main job is to build the DNA and RNA. Okay, the DNA over here referring to the instruction manual. Okay, scientifically, DNA is a molecule that found in all the cells in our body. So what the DNA does, DNA will give information about the growth and reproduction of each of the cells in our body. Our body have around 13 trillion of cells, and each of the cells contain the DNA. So DNA over here act like an instruction manual. And then we have RNA. RNA and DNA is the one that being produced by phosphorus. So over here, phosphorus as a builder, he will build the DNA and RNA. So the DNA act like an instruction manual to build the house. The house over here referring to our body. Okay, so the RNA over here referring to the construction worker. So what will happen is the RNA, which is the construction worker, they will look at the DNA, so which is the instruction manual, and then they will see, they will just take a part of the information. Okay, like example, they will take a part of information, the DNA, on how to build certain body parts. Okay, so let's say they take information about how to build the legs. Okay, so the RNA, what they will do, they take the information on how to build the legs from the DNA, and then the information they will bring to the cells in the leg part. Okay, so when they bring to the cells in the leg part, and then they will tell to the cells in the leg part, okay, this is how you should build the leg for this human. Okay, so each of the DNA, they will have a specific information on how to build our body parts. Okay, and then maybe in another part of the DNA, there will be information about how to build the hand, or maybe how to build the eyes. Okay, so the RNA will take the information from the DNA and bring to the cells of the specific body parts and give the information to the cell and ask the cell, okay, this is what DNA told me, this is how you should build the body parts. And at the same time, the phosphorus also, it will strengthen our bones. Okay, over here, the bones over here referring to the fence of the village or fence of the house. So like I say, the main function of phosphorus is to build the DNA and RNA. Okay, over here looking at the instruction manual and construction worker, and also to strengthen our bones in our body. So the DNA and RNA is important to build a proper body parts. Okay. Okay, here comes potassium. Okay, just now I mentioned that potassium is a very handsome, kind, and happy-go-lucky person, right? So whenever potassium in the villagers really loved him a lot. Okay, when potassium is around them, they feel like their heart will beat faster. And a lot of ladies in the village, they love potassium, and the villagers also tell that whenever potassium is around them, they feel alive and energetic because potassium love to play games with them like the football, baseball. So whenever potassium is around, the villagers feel like their muscle is really moving, they feel alive, they feel energetic. Okay, so what happened was, one day potassium realized that the villagers of the bone village, they feel very tired. They feel like they don't have energy to do anything. So something like they almost paralyzed already, and then the people also don't want to come and play with him because they say that they're having muscle cramp, they cannot move their muscles, so they feel almost like being paralyzed. So potassium was very sad about that, and then he decided to take a walk around the village. So when he take a walk around the village, he found that there is a banana plantation in the village. So he was very happy to see the banana plantation. So what he did was he gathered a lot of bananas in a basket and bring to the villagers. So the villagers try the bananas, and then once they eat the bananas, they feel very energetic again. They started to feel alive, their heart started to beat faster, and then they started to feel like they're ready to play with potassium again. They're ready to play the games like the football, the baseball. They're no more feeling like having muscle cramps. The muscles are moving very fast. It can contract, relax very fast. And then after that, the potassium, he felt very happy that the bananas actually helped the villagers to become energetic again. So since then, not only the villagers love potassium, they started to love bananas also. So what does it tell? This story is actually telling about potassium is very important for us to feel like we can move the muscles for the contraction and relaxation of the muscles. And if you don't have potassium, you will face issues like paralysis and also muscle cramps. And the food that give potassium is bananas. So you need to know the story. Once you understand the story ready, you know that when I say potassium is actually can get from banana, and it will help us to move our muscles and also for us to be energetic, for us to feel alive. If you don't have potassium, you will start to have problems with your muscles. Alright? Okay, so now let's see calcium. Okay, calcium, like I say, is actually a security guard. Mr. Calcium is a security guard of the bone village. So, as a security guard, all the villagers they need to get permission from Mr. Calcium before going out of the bone village. So, before they going out from the village, they need to talk to the calcium, and then only when calcium gives the permission, they can come out of the village. And also calcium work together with phosphorus to defend the bone fence. Means calcium also important to maintain a very strong bone in our body. Okay, just the example I mentioned just now for phosphorus, I say that phosphorus is needed to maintain the strength of our bones, right? So calcium also the same function to maintain the strength of our bones. But at the same time, as I mentioned, villagers need to get permission from calcium before going out the bone kingdom, because calcium helps in blood clotting. So when it will prevent the blood from losing a lot. So whenever you face any accident, even though it's a small accident or big accident, when blood started to come out from your body, when you have enough calcium, the calcium will help to promote blood clotting. If you remember about vitamins earlier, we study in vitamin K, it's important for blood clotting. So the same function being shared by calcium as well. Calcium also helps in blood clotting. Alright, we have come to the end part of the classes of food, which is the water. Okay, water is the last class of food that we studied before. Okay, the function of water is to transport nutrients and also oxygen in our body. Okay, just now I got mentioned in the red blood cell, the function is to red blood cell to transport the oxygen throughout our organs and also the body parts, right? So water is actually help and also assist the red blood cell to transport the oxygen throughout our body. And at the same time, water can regulate our body temperature. Nowadays it's very hot, so it's very important for us to drink enough water so that our body temperature can be regulated to a normal temperature. Okay students, so we already studied about the classes of food. So now let's see the smart answer. Okay, what was our smart question just now? It's actually which class of food is the most calorie dense nutrient in our diet? We know that only three class of food can give us energy, right? So the carbohydrate, protein and also fat. So out of all three classes of food, which one can give the most energy to you when you consume the food? Is it carbohydrate or protein or fat? Okay, I hope you already find your answer. Okay, let me give the correct answer now. Yes, the correct answer is fat. Okay, so when we study about fat just now, we got say that fat can give double the amount of energy compared to carbohydrate and protein. Okay, I hope you still remember that. So which means that fat is the one most calorie dense nutrient in our diet. That's why it can give double the amount of energy for us. Okay, so the high energy content of fat makes them an efficient and long lasting fuel source for our body. So that is the benefit of eating fat. But keep in your mind that we need to eat good fat. Okay, there got good and bad fat. The bad fat you can eat, but you need to limit the amount of bad fat you're consuming. Okay. Alright students, so we're done with 3.1 classes of food. I hope you really enjoy the stories, studying about each classes of food, about the vitamins, the minerals. So I hope that you remember everything that you studied in the video. Okay, so that's all from me. So before I end the video, please don't forget to subscribe to Study Smart channel for more videos like this. Alright, thank you, bye.